The reason why your mom, your grandmother cannot sit still. They're always working, moving around, washing, cooking for their husband. Even though they take care of their kids, they're working, they're doing stuff for their church, is because they are suffering. And being busy, not resting, is a defense mechanism to help them to survive. Because the moment they rest, all that pain that they were hiding will come to the surface. And so when you see them moving, keeping busy, they're protecting themselves. They're numbing their feelings so that they could survive and keep going.
Our mothers have went through a lot, and they're still going through a lot. Therefore, they need a lot of grace. But at the same time, them working keeps them out of depression. Have you noticed that our generation, often than not, they are depressed of something? They're going through something. So it's just one of those things, man. So I'm so happy that we get into the age where we get to discuss things. But at the same time, them being busy have pulled them out of depression or suicidal thoughts, things that could have taken their lives. They're still with us, they're still standing, they're still making things happen. We still have grandmothers, we still have our mothers. Them being busy has saved them from doing the things that we are doing. I don't think we don't realize that being busy gets you out of that state. You're relaxing unless you're relaxing on the beach and you have no concerns how to make more, you have no concerns about other things. Great. But if you have concern about your bills and all of that, working gets you out of that state. It gets you to focus. It gets you to think properly. It gets you to just be yourself. But if you're not being yourself, you are the worst version of yourself. So let's not take for granted for what they've done. Like, I'm really happy for our mothers, what they've continued to do, what they will always be about. I'm just happy for them. And I want to be like them. I really want to be like them. I really want to think like them. I really, really want to be like them. Because living in this day of age, going through so much and still trying to show up is just one of the hardest things you can do as a person.
Reason why your mom, your grandmother cannot sit still. They're always working, moving around, washing, cooking for their husband, is because they are suffering. And being busy, not resting, is a defense mechanism to help them to survive. Because the moment they rest, all that pain that they were hiding will come to the surface.
Oh, let me tell you, the work is not stopping the pain or covering it up, because they couldn't wait to give you a little girl version of whatever chore that they were doing so they could trauma bond. When you were a girl snapping the ends off the green beans or washing the greens or whatever little girl chore you were doing, they were right there telling you all about what they had been through, but also trying to normalize the concepts of these toxic relationships that they were in. And it feels like bonding, because as a little girl, you want to be included in the grown woman's business. You want to hear all the tea. You feel very special and important when you get invited to the table. But it's so unhealthy, because when these women finish talking about all their traumas, they're going to just shrug their shoulders and, oh, that was the will of God. Oh, well, it had to be so. That's just our lot in life. Oh, that's just how things are. And if you speak up, if you challenge the notion that things don't have to be this way, you will be the problem. Look at what happens when the millennials and the Gen Z girls do try to prioritize rest. Say, well, okay, I'm not going to stick around in the same old toxic institutions. I don't want to go to church on Sunday. I don't want to go to these same places that have a history of mistreating us. I'm not going to the family reunion if the bad uncle is there. I'm not going to associate with people who are going to interrupt my peace. You will be the problem. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, we a family. Oh, we need this. You just got to overlook it. Your brother needs some extra help. Why don't you assist him with X, Y, and Z? Put some money on your Uncle Ray Ray's books. People talk about the mothers and grandmothers who ignore the problems of the girls in the family, who don't protect them. But I think Just as bad, possibly worse, are the empathetic ones. They're going to pat your hand and say, oh, baby, I went through the same thing when I was your age. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Let me give you a hug, Sugarfoot. Oh, they're going to rock you back and forth and pat you on the back and then tell you that's just the way life is. Get over it and get back to work. You know, that's just how Uncle Junebug is. Oh, well, we don't want him getting in trouble now, do we? Your brother don't know any better. Oh, we have to make allowance. And if you're not careful, they'll be inculcating that mindset in you. They'll be passing that mindset down to your daughters or to the nieces, the granddaughters, the great-granddaughters of the family. You have to reject that. You have to say, stop. No. We don't touch and agree with that. We don't believe that's just how men are and they can't change. And so the girls of the family need to cover up. They need to stay around from the house when the men are there and don't be alone with so-and-so. No. We are calling the men to accountability. We are calling the police. We are kicking the negative, toxic ones out of the family. We are protecting the children. The family is the building block of society in terms of mindset. So when this becomes normalized in families, it becomes normalized in schools, in churches, in communities, in the whole world at large. And that is what leads to the negative, toxic replication of these patterns. That's what makes the world unsafe for girls, boys, women, everyone. And this is how people normalize passing along their burdens, especially to the women of the family. Think about soul food. Big Mama, with all that chopping and cooking and whatnot, was the villain. And she tried to inculcate in the granddaughters, particularly one, that it was her responsibility to care for the no good family, no matter what they did to her, to constantly put their well-being above her own and never stand up for herself. We reject these patterns. Normalize rest, relaxation, not being in community with those who have harmed you or want to harm you, rejecting those who want to talk slick and whatnot. We say no to all toxicity. Because it's great to decenter men, but you have to decenter toxic family first. That's literally the first chapter of my book, because it's the first place that you learn you are less than. Oh my God. You have to put aside your feelings. You have to give up the right for the wrong. No. Challenge these assumptions, because the unhealthy patterns women get into with men are most times rooted in what they have been taught about their worth and value from their family. And that is just the truth. That's it. Like and follow for more.